Hello and welcome everyone to this amazing season of Influence in Yourself. And today we have something amazing for you once again. What we are going to do is we'll be learning about 16 different types of preferences of people by which you can judge or figure out how the other gentleman or the person is responding. Not only that, you can also understand more of the bondings between you and the other guy. Now, this you can use it for your business, for your family and friends, for your own self to understand at what point or what perspective this gentleman is. The intention of this entire class is to give you those insights, those secret formulas which was hidden behind somewhere, and now you know how to use them. My only recommendation is use it for good. Over to you. So you need to be selective on how you actually practice out all these things. So I hope the people who are listening to this uses it for the good cause. Now coming to the point, my name is Amit Nath and this is a channel of mine called as Influence in Yourself, where every Monday and Friday we do this free session where we talk about some integral points which might be very important for your business, your career, your personal development, and many other things. So today we welcome three of my friends here, and let me introduce to them. So hello everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so we have Prosper and Muji online. So we'll start with Prosper. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Yes, hi, I'm Prosper and I'm French Chinese. Now I'm based in Shanghai. I was working in import and export business where I was helping some French customers to buy goods in China.
Okay.
I stopped doing that because I found out that I don't feel myself there when I was always talking to mainly to Chinese suppliers. They're always thinking about money and there's a lack of humanity in their business. So I quit. Then 2 years ago, I tried different things, public speaking, corporate training, but I didn't really find my voice until that I joined HTC as a high ticket closer. Then everything rock, and I'm more confident than ever to become myself an influencer.
Right.
And very soon. Yeah.
Awesome. So how about you, Muji? You can just have a quick introduction and let's jump into the course.
Yeah, hi. My name is Muji Amoudi. I live in Brussels, Belgium. So basically, I was very involved, in music business, music industry for long years, and but I always was looking for a new kind of vehicle to make more money and to be able to have. Maybe I would say make music by my passion, not for make money, just to keep that this passion, and without compromise. Sometimes in this industry you need to compromise yourself to move forward. So basically, I come across with Dan Locke teachings, and I jump on the HTC. Now I have two French influencer. I would say I'm doing pretty well at this point, but after talking with you, Hamid, it become more obvious. I need to maybe not be. I can, learn from people to grow again and to challenge myself, I would say. So basically, that's the reason I'm here today.
All right. We also have Mr. Prakash also with me. I don't know if Prakash can listen to this, but probably if he can talk. Prakash, do you mind introducing yourself a little bit?
Hi guys. There might be a little bit of background noise. I think I can. I think it's quiet now. Can you guys help me out a little bit?
Okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So guys, my journey started in 2017, and there initially I thought of to get into like a extra source of income and just to support myself. And when it was going good because that time it was not that urgent But when family crisis happened, and then I realized, no, I need to do something about it. And that moment I started really searching to do to earn something, and I came across HTC, and there I learned a skill, a high income skill. And yeah, from that day onwards my mindset changed, and the way of thinking and to see like the world around me, it changed completely. I was seeing the things differently, and I started learning new things. I started meeting new guys. So through HTC, I met so many new guys, and I learned. Now I'm in like I have started my restaurant, and I had quit my 9 to 5 job, and I'm full into HTC right now. So I'm going in a direction where I can see myself in years ahead, like I am going to succeed. So this is my small story where I'm going and where I started. So over and out, guys. You carry on.
Right. Thank you, Prakash. Thank you so much for being there. All right. So amazing start of the session. And so, guys, if you are listening to me on YouTube or any other sources where this kind of video will be broadcasted, let me tell you, this is a season session which I started off, as a new structure of co-learning. We call it as co-learning, and this has become so amazingly good. And I take this feedback almost every time when I talk to people. So in co-learning, this is what happens. You don't hide behind any presentation. You talk like this. And the only way to talk and share your information is through an open, shareable, I call it as the enlightened sheet. Okay. We can write there, we can talk, and we can communicate. And this is so open and transparent and clear, right? And the way we do it is, I claim myself as a no guru, no teacher, no trainer. And yeah, so what I do is basically we talk about the world's best practitioners of amazing talents, amazing formulas, and amazing secrets. We do everything simultaneously, and we learn this all together. We involve people into this entire season, and we figure out what is the best way to work with. So today is another day, another amazing season. As I said, we'll be disclosing about a structure called as learning the types of human types, how it is useful for yourself. So let me quickly get into this. So let me just type it for you guys. So we'll lock it, we'll be learning about this things called as 16 human behavior types. All right. So before I go into this, let me ask you kind of a quick question. Okay. The question is, if you learn this thing, if you learn this amazing human behavior types, what are the advantages that you can have? Okay. So any idea? If you learn about these things, how are you going to use this? Because this is something, after you learn all these things, after you know about how the formula works, you can exactly figure out transparently what is the exact way this gentleman can be responded, can be communicated, can be, when you say communicated, all these things comes. You can be inspiring, it can be motivating, you can be, all the adjectives, all the emotions can come through. And now you know how to modulate, and ultimately this is the main basis of this entire season called as influencing. Now you influence by communications. Now communications, I call it as 3 types. So let me just quickly tell you the kind of communications we deal with. Okay, we have got something called as 3T. Now 3T means type, talk, and touch, right? And there is one more, we call it as telepathy. It's a feeling of, it's an emotion that you cannot describe in all these 3 things. Like mother and a child relationship. If the child cries, the mom exactly knows why it is crying. Or might be he needs something, right? So I'm just writing it as telepathy. So it's a kind of a matter of, a figure of speech where that particular relationship, that particular communication has no name here. So I don't know what to say. So I'm calling it as telepathy. The other 3 types, as I said, type, talk, and touch. This is the way we communicate. We human beings, we animals, and everyone communicates in this way. When you say type, all these pictures, infographics, images, text, writings, manuscripts, scribblings, doodles, everything comes here. When you say talk, talk is where there is a voice involved. That can be a video based, that can be one-on-one, that can be verbal, that can be a recording, podcasting, audiobooks, whatever. And touch is something where you personally meet, feel, and share information one-on-one. All right? So far, so good?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. So now, if you learn these behavior types, and now you know how to communicate, and because you can do something bigger, which is called as understanding. Your perspective of understanding goes in a different direction altogether. You learn from the higher perspective. You can see overall. You can be, I'll say, oh, what is that word? You can see directly deeper from their eyes, how they behave. Now, have you seen, when sometimes, children play together and sometimes, you have this harsh disciplinarian teacher who just comes there and stands. What happens? Pin, drop, silence. Have you seen that in your school?
Yeah, all the time.
Right? He has not said entirely a single word. His presence himself was a kind of a gesture, a kind of a communication that do not do nonsense, don't be naughty, be in a kind of a way which is good. He has not told a single word, but everyone is silent. All right? Have you seen that? So,
Yep.
in my entire session, as I said, this is something where we need to interact. And so probably I'll just tell you one thing. Understanding has a different word altogether, because once it matures, it becomes something called as trust. So what is your version? What do you take from this? So let me ask Muji, do you think whatever I said right now, understanding in more advanced structure, it becomes trust? Do you agree?
Yeah, I think that's the basic I would say way of communication, because when you got some trust from your customers, for your partner, for your friend, whatever, now you can start create relationships. So basically, actually, we live based on trust, and when you break those trust, then you started to have some
Yeah.
confusion and restriction. See?
All right. So let me put in this another word called as self-realization. Okay, pardon my spellings. Understanding cannot happen if you are not able to realize your own self first. Prosper, what is your take on this word?
Well, I mean, that self-realization is like being transparent, and being true to yourself. I mean, you let down a lot of things, and you can go to some, for me, I'm a feeler, so I can go through some tears, I can, something moving on here, is inside, you just let go, So I would say it's a practice.
Yeah.
Because during the day, it's not always easy. We're interacting with different people, and then we have different identity, because you're a father, you're a teacher, you're a coworker, or you're a driver, whatever the identity you carry, and you build around that, but you are not you.
All right.
So in a sense, like having some identity, you cannot always talk for yourself. You have some time to hold yourself back.
Yes.
So you do something in yourself that is not congruent to who you really want to be, and not being in a place of authenticity is kind of putting a mask in yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the
So self-realization is this, for me, is able to, no matter where you go, no matter even you have the identity because you have some responsibility, but somehow you're able to let go and keep that transparency, keep that authenticity in you. So that's how I see the things.
Nice word. Authenticity, responsibility. Yeah, nice words. Okay, now this is my version of it. I mean, I'm sure you guys definitely have other inputs to share. I find I cannot understand you if I don't understand myself. Right? I
Yep.
can't understand. Now you guys are there. Unless and until I know what I am, what I'm supposed to talk, and what is me inside, I'll not be able to understand you. Because that is something which will be coming from my brain to see if I'm able to connect with you. If I'm not able to connect, how the hell am I going to do an understanding? Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So this is a very powerful statement now. Now the thing is, self-realization is the base for whatever we do. Self-realization is the base. Okay?
Yeah, I just want to ask you, yeah, you say self-realization. What we are talking about exactly, because it's the way Prosper explained that was also resonate with me, and by myself I also want to add something. But I mean, it seems like when you have this self-realization, you don't have any more. I mean, those kind of, you don't have the thought of your guru or somebody else or your parents, whatever. You, you started thinking by yourself.
Okay,
You
so
started.
I'm not going into the deeper sense right now. I'm talking about, let's say, I'm communicating with you. I'm talking to you. I'm trying to understand,
Okay.
right? Let's make it very simple. Let's not go into the spiritual stuff right now.
Okay. Cool.
We
Okay.
are communicating. You can see me. I can hear you, right? There is a little bit of an understanding and agreement somewhere. That's why. So when you are talking, I'm listening, and when I'm talking, you are listening, right?
Yeah.
This switch is happening because in your mind somewhere you are able to resonate this. Okay, I learned this much. Now I have to talk this much. Let me figure out what is there in front of me. I go back, I pull out some informations and then throw it. Right? This is a constant process happening. So you listen sometimes, you talk sometimes. That's called dialogue. If you're
Yeah.
talking alone, you don't need understanding. Right?
Yeah.
So with that, can we go ahead a little bit?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't. Yeah. Go ahead, man. I think you
Oh,
got the
right. So trust has a formula. Okay, I'll probably disclose this amazing formula today here. So trust equals three things. Okay, number one is time. We need to give time, right? We have to give time to ourselves. You have to give time to yourself. So I'll have a trust on me. So trust has two ways. It's an inner self. I have trust on myself. Like for example, if let's say you teach me something, okay, Amit, this is the way you can make an amazing program and stuff. Okay, but I might not have the trust in me. I might think on the lower self, no man, I cannot do that. It's not for me. I don't trust myself. You see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So trust has got two parts. One is internal, one is external. Why you guys are all waiting here and listening to me? Why did you come back to this webinar? Somewhere there is an agreement. Somewhere in the mind there is a sense of expectations. Okay, let me figure out what is it all about. Let me check it out. How is it? Let me see how this guy goes in what kind of depth. Let me see his information. Let me see his ability to connect. There are so many reasoning happening. And all this small reasoning is taking time and creating that understanding. And now when you are understanding, you're also looking at your own self. Okay, he might be good. He might not be good. Okay, let me see. So you came to a conclusion. Okay, I think I can do this. I think I got okay. Another, an agreement. But this thing is something where you are constantly communicating, right? And another thing gaining trust is a value. There has to be a potential thing to generate trust. I trust you, okay? There is a reason for that. There is a blind reason for that, right? For example, Prosper, would you leave your kids with anybody? Or you will live with somebody whom you know? Let's say
Of
one day
course.
you're not there, right? You need someone to trust. And how can someone gain trust? We need to communicate properly. I need to give and invest time in this. And I should have given some sort of a value. That value might be in terms of understanding, in sharing my love and care or money or probably a responsibility somewhere. So I don't define the value as only one value. It has got many forms. A smile can be a good value. A good look can be a value. Anything.
So you said the formula is time plus
Communication plus value.
Okay.
Now you want more trust, then take off the plus and put multiply. So time has to be multiplied with communications or value. It's up to you. You see that?
Okay.
So why I'm talking about all these things? I mean, today the entire the concept today, what we're going to talk about is the 16 human behavior types, because I think this is the base by which we frame this entire session. Okay. Now I was talking about the advantages. Well, there are disadvantages as well. So let me go one by one. So Muji, tell me one thing. If you learn about the 16 amazing human behavior, you can figure out. What do you think can be? So let me welcome. Hi, Avanto. How are you?
Hey, Advento.
Oh, great. You could make it. Avanto, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right. So this is a live season where we are sharing an amazing new curriculum called as 16 human behavior types or 16 human patterns. Okay. So we have just started. Probably I'll give you a kind of a quick introduction. So we spoke about the different kind of communications happens. This is called as a 3T. You have three ways, like we call as type, talk, and touch. These are the way human beings communicate mostly. And there is an, I'll say, I don't know how to define this. There is another way of communicating which is called as telepathy. Okay. So here you have some non-verbal, non-vocal communication happens. It's a kind of a very simple example. When in your school, all the kids are very naughty. You have a strict disciplinarian or your teacher who just stands there. He doesn't say a word, and all the kids are silent. They are behaving properly. No questions said, no words exchanged, but his presence itself has denoted so many things, right? So that's a different kind of a communication altogether. Now, another word came into being is, how do you know the 16 behavior of human beings? So the first thing was, how do you understand? And understanding starts with self-realization. This is more of a kind of a small revision for you. This entire season is recorded, which will be live in YouTube after the season gets over, right? And the next thing was trust. So trust has a formula. So formula is trust equals time, communication, and value. Okay. So with this, let me start the season. So Muji, I was asking you, what would be the advantages if you know or if you get to learn about this amazing formula? What do you think you can use it of? Where all you can?
I think I can create more connection with other people because and not just on to make money or just to have more better communication. I feel like sometimes yeah, I would just say that. Yeah, I have better communication. I'm gonna don't try to make a long sentence. Sorry.
Okay. Anything else? Anything else you can think of?
For me,
Yep.
yeah, I have better communication to connect with people, and yeah, and if you can understand what all people looking for, that means now you know how to bring value for them and to help them move forward. I think it's very important this time we're living right now. You
Okay.
know, everybody's so selfish,
Yeah.
and if we can, if we can, because I can be also be selfish, but right now I just feel like the more I learn, the more I connect with other HTC members. It became very different.
All right. All
Because
right.
now I got more confidence. I'm a closer, so I know how I got the skills. But right now, if I can help people, I can help.
All right. So we have got these 4 advantages so far shared by Muji. Prosper, you want to add
Yeah.
something else? You can use
Uh,
it everywhere. Just think on, if you learn this.
well, it can help more people too,
Yeah.
and I can do things that with no limits. I mean, I don't I don't see myself a limitation, and I agree with that. That we're living in a place of there's a lot of connections, and people want to take first. And I already set my own agenda about I want to change my perspective about how I see people and how I see myself being more a giver side. And I can
So do
tell
you
you,
think you can help this in your career?
yeah, I mean that I'm building things. I mean, I stretch my comfort zone.
Okay.
Uh, there's a lot of things that I don't know how to do, and but that confidence that I have now is something that nobody can
Okay.
take from me.
So if you learn this,
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you think you can be more confident?
if I learn something that is aligned along the way, yes, I mean, no, I don't see it as confidence is just confidence. It's not learning more that I'm more confidence. If I'm
Okay.
confident, I'm confidence. It's
I'm talking
just
about
like,
learn this technique of this 16 human behavior types. If you could actually see through the eyes of people, what they are actually, how will you feel?
um, I mean, this is great, that's undeniable that, you're more preemptive.
Hmm.
Your action are more preemptive. Everything you do, you see before you talk. So that's for sure. I mean, but you need to
Predict,
be,
that's the right word. Are you talking about this word called predict?
yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know exactly what I could expect from that person, but I can sense that I can already contain what he's doing or what she's doing by her behaviors. So yes, I think that this is valuable. But again, to be that kind of person to detect and predict those certain things is to be in the right state, to be in the state of mind that you are that person.
All right.
To that's what I mean. I mean, this actually what you say is know yourself, and then everything become much more easy.
All right. Let's say, Prosper, you are very angry on something. Something has not happened.
I am angry.
Yeah. And let's say I am angry. So some reason you are very angry. And somehow, if I need to understand that, even though you have not told me by any ways, but I could make up that, what is going inside your head and what you want exactly. And if I know certain reaction by which either I can elevate your anger or I can decrease your anger.
You know what? That's the funniest thing because um, this is kind of practice. Well, you receive some anger, you just can be more angry, right? You receive some anger, you feel something first in you because I'm a feeler. But now I have when it's easy for me to be more preemptive when I see people than to be on the phone call, right? So what I see because of my martial arts background for many years, and I deeply devoted into that, I don't take it personally.
It's okay
I
because
don't
you're
think.
trained. But as a common man, if you learn this thing, learn this formula, don't you think you can use it for your daily communication? You can make better connects. You can make better relationship. You can make better parent. You can be a better
Yeah, I mean,
teacher,
for
trainer,
sure.
everyone.
The only condition is not taking as just a knowledge, but just as something that it should be part of you. Because people take it as a knowledge, that's good things, but you need to be the person to open to receive that knowledge. And then, yes, that's
Yes.
useful.
There is a purpose of doing all this communication because the next 15-20 minutes, you will know exactly what you guys are. You will
Okay.
exactly know. All right. So advantages you have seen. Do you think this also has a disadvantage? Let's put this. What can be the disadvantage? Munji, now you have heard all these things, right? Before even going through this, what can be the disadvantage?
I would say maybe sometimes you can, you know, start to judge people without, you know, uh, without taking time to really feel the reality, maybe. Because no, you know, when you have some new gift or some new talents, you just start it maybe to, you know, just like if it like you gotta give us a new power, a new energy, and we gotta be careful about how we're gonna use it right now.
Yeah.
That's the way I feel, and you know, it depends. You got just like Sifu say, you got some responsibility right now. Now we got the skills. You gotta use this for the best, for the good. So it could be also a disadvantage because we are human beings. Sometimes we have some flaw, you know.
So you think you have something to deal with your negative influence. You can negatively influence somebody as well.
Yeah, of course. Everybody have those type of power. Now it's just about your conscience. You need to deal with that. Your karma.
So
Uh,
right. So viewers who are looking at this, there is a purpose by which I'm not disclosing the disadvantage. You know, it can be deadly and devastating as well. So I'll limit myself to only the advantages, because if you learn this, you can be a good friend, a partner, a father, a teacher, a husband, a soulmate, a colleague, neighbor. Let's use the advantages better, and let's not talk about the disadvantage. So before anyone's is looking at this, let me delete this and let's talk only on the better side of being a human being. Is that fine?
yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, so let's start. Okay, so as I said, I'll make it very simple. Okay, whatever I'm talking about, this is called as preference type. So human beings have certain level of preferences, and this is divided broadly into 4 major classifications. Okay, so classification 1 is called as energy gain. We'll go into the deeper levels of it. Okay, and then we have something called as how we prefer to gather information. Okay, the next one is our preference towards making any decisions. And the last one is there is a preference for all of us to live the life that we live for. I mean, it's my life, kind of, right? So there is a preference to lead the life. So I'm just writing it as live your life. All right. So before I go ahead, this is the base of our today's entire session. The next, whatever the time we have, we'll be talking about this. So this is the main time. There's preference types. Okay. So energy gaining mechanism, like there is 2 ways of attaining that energy. Okay. And this is like our own self, how we do that. Okay. Now, before I go into this, I'm sure you know about all these 4 things. I'm sure people have You guys have already mastered this, I guess. So there are 4 different gem types we have. All right. So quickly, can you help me with one emotion with this, guys? How do you think a ruby is? What is the characteristics of a ruby? Any 1 or 2? How about you, Muji?
I would say a go-getter.
Go-getter.
I would say also a little bit cockiness.
Sorry?
Cockiness.
Cockiness.
Okay.
Competition guy.
Competition?
Competition and
Competitive.
yeah, motivate to win.
Motivate to?
To win.
Okay. Okay. I think 4 is okay. Prosper, probably I think, do you want me to talk about emeralds, or I think you can do that?
Emerald.
Okay.
Okay, emerald are very technical.
Okay.
Very logical, organized, and somehow conservative.
Conservative?
And yeah, there's something very conservative about them.
I think
because
you guys are all deadline based. I think emeralds are more of a deadline guy. What do you say?
yeah, okay, they are systematic,
Systematic.
process oriented, Mr. Checkbox, Mr. Question.
Right. So let's limit here. Let's make it easy for the viewers as well. So viewers, let me tell you, if you're listening to this, this is how you classify people based on their different gem types. Okay. Then we have got sapphire. Okay. So what does the sapphire do? Any one of you?
They like fun.
I'm sorry?
They like fun.
Okay, cool. Right.
They talk fast.
Talk first.
And a lot.
Sorry?
They talk fast and a lot.
Okay, talk a lot. Okay, cool.
They give headache.
That's your perspective, but I'm talking about that.
Yeah, sure. I'm just messing a little bit.
Yeah. Not so organized. Not so organized.
Okay, so I'll do one thing. Let me just check up this. I'll put both in one. Talk fast and talk a lot. Not organized. Okay, but let's put it this way. Do you think their energy level is very high?
Very high, yeah. Very good energy, positive energy.
Yeah.
Energy plus. Okay. Anything one quick thing about sapphires?
Rising star. They are rising star.
So how do I write that?
Oh, they like recognitions. They like those big compliments.
How do
compliments?
Compliments?
Be recognized.
Be recognized.
All right. Pearl. So who's going to talk about Pearl? Okay. Prosper, help me with the Pearl.
They like to help.
Sorry?
They like to help.
Oh, yeah.
They like to help.
Advento talk about that.
Help, okay.
I'm eating.
Sorry.
Yeah, help people. They love to help people.
Okay. Well, okay. I have to just finish this Pearl thing. I need another 3 more. I find these guys are soft spoken. Do you guys agree?
Yeah, soft spoken. Yeah.
Okay. I've been 2 more.
Tender loving care.
I'm sorry?
Tender loving care.
I'm just writing loving. Is that fine?
Loving care, right?
Yeah, TLC. Yeah.
They have this tendency to sacrifice themselves to other people.
So how do I write that? Give me one word.
Yeah, sacrifice themselves.
Nice, powerful word, man. Right. So now, since we know all these things, we know how these guys are, what they feel like. Okay, so now you have a kind of a base understanding of this, and now we're gonna rip apart this entire thing. Ready?
Hell yeah.
Ready?
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So let's do the first thing is energy gain. Okay, and let us classify all these 4 guys into 2 parts. Okay, we'll have 2 parts. So we call this. Okay, let's call it as type A and type B. Okay, so let's do this. Let me give a different color. So color, don't go with the color thing, but I'm just putting a color so that it becomes a highlight. Okay, right.
You will share your screen?
Guys, everyone, or you want me to? It is okay.
What are you saying?
Is this visible? Right.
I don't see my screen because I'm using the phone.
Okay, so
It's okay. Go ahead.
right. So there are 2 ways of gaining energy. Okay, there are basically all these things will be having 2 different preferences. So one gains energy by talking. Like for example, right now I'm shouting out to you. I'm energy. So the moment you respond to me, I'm like, wow, that's great. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I call this
Yeah,
guy
the connection.
extrovert.
Extrovert.
Okay.
So you put that, would you put that which column, type A or type B?
It's okay. I mean, it's just a matter of, there is only 2 options, option 1 and option 2.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm writing it as extrovert, and we'll do the classification, character classification or assassination here. Okay. Let's put it this way. Okay. Character. Okay. So let me put this here. I think it's better. No, all is fine. Okay. So extrovert. So extrovert. Can you tell me something about this guy? Who is an extrovert?
Ruby?
No, in terms of an individual, like what are his characteristics? Does he talk more? Talks less? Like how do you exemplify extrovert?
The way he dress.
Okay, dress. Okay, cool. Right. Next.
The way he talk to people.
Okay.
Talking, I would say.
Talking. Okay. What else?
Not afraid to be seen.
Not afraid. Afraid to?
To be seen.
Okay, to be seen. Yeah. Right. Amazing. Good. Okay. How about this particular? I'm just trying to help each other. I find extroverts are the guys. Let me put it this way: in your school and college, just think of that guy who had the most beautiful lady with him.
That was me.
All right.
Yes.
So you did
I'm
something.
You're lucky, Moji.
So
I'm kidding, man. Sorry.
no problem. This is one of the areas where you can flirt out, right? I think that's one characteristics of guys who take an action. They jump in. These are guys are like right now, bang on. And they have no fear. Like, they are like, you give them any stage, they can talk. Right?
So Muji, you are alpha male type of person?
I will not say I'm alpha male type because I don't believe on that. It depends on the situation. I think it become like a big advertising about alpha, beta, and things like that.
Yeah. Just a kind of.
Yeah.
Right. So let's go deeper. Now I'll do a little bit of an asking here is the preference type of this guy is outside. Okay. He's always trying to gain energy by sharing out loud. Shares it out. Okay. So I call it as outside. So he finds his energy when he talks. All right. So let's do the other side. So if it is introvert, what is the opposite of introvert? I mean, extrovert, what is the opposite? I've already disclosed now. It's introvert. Right? let's do the character assassination here. Right. So guys, you can participate much more better. I mean, you can engage me. Okay. How does an introvert looks like?
Sensitive.
Sensitive. Amazing.
Yeah, very good.
Okay.
Shy, shy.
Shy. Good. Right. Right. Calm.
Calm, yeah.
Calm, yeah.
Self-centered.
Self-suppressed.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Fine.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just writing the word self. I mean, it's like more insight into it. Right?
Yeah, I mean, towards center. I mean, for me, self-center is could be something more that it's pretty much positive. But introvert.
Conservative is the word. Do you think conservative is good? Conserved.
I mean by introvert that they take the emotion in them and they have hard time to release. So self-suppressed, that's how I came out with this word.
Okay, cool, no problem. So I can help that. Self-suppressed.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, so don't worry about the spellings. The idea is more into the training part. Now, this guy, do you think he is the guy who talks to himself?
What's the question?
Do you think this guy talks to himself? I mean, how is he getting energy? How is his modality of getting?
Yeah, I will say exactly. There's a lot of self-talking.
Yeah, so
self-talking.
Okay, it's self. Now, can you figure out the kind of different way of sharing the energy level, the different level of preferring the energy? One guy is outside and the other guy is inside, right?
Mm.
Now, what will happen if I, okay, so this is a very nice thing I will share. Space or pause. Now, you will love this. If you are an extrovert and if I give a pause, how will you feel?
You feel bad because you want to keep
terrible. You see that? And in the same way, Prosper, I know you are a pearl inside. How you are feeling now? And if I say this word and give a pause, how do you feel?
Oh, I look internally, so I feel great.
Yes.
But I look from inside.
Yeah, that's what I said. Looking inside and a pause or a space for you, it's like a relief. It's like a great amount of energy that you can build inside.
Yeah, okay.
Now this next thing which is going to be banging on for you guys. So space for an extrovert is like, what to say? So he needs the space to be, he's always looking at filling up a space, filling up a vacuum, filling up a silence. So let's call this as filler. And on the other side, a person who is introvert, for him a space is cherishable. He cherishes that. He loves that. He loves that energy to be within himself. He's happy if you leave him alone. Right? Now, how it's going to help you? Now, you might be asking, okay, this is okay so far. How it's going to help you? Now, understand this thing. If you interrupt, sorry, INTRUPT, is that right? Okay, interrupt. If you interrupt an extrovert, what happens?
He became a little bit frustrated.
Sorry?
It became a offense.
Okay. And if you interrupt another guy who is introvert,
It's more comprehensive.
no, this is opposite actually. So when I'm talking to you guys, if you interrupt and say, Amit, this is this, that means you are answering me. You are understanding my energy, and the energy comes back to me as your interruption or compliments or whatever. You are actually resonating with me. I'll feel happy. Yeah, somebody is listening to me, man.
Okay. What do you mean is when you interact with you interact with an extrovert, and if you interrupt them, they feel like you
Yeah,
give him back their energy. Yeah.
yeah, you are listening to him. You're
Okay.
bouncing back that energy, right? You're talking to
Okay.
him.
Yes.
Cool.
And I say, okay, are you guys there? Are you guys listening? And you say, yeah, man, yo, we are all there. What happens? You raise the energy.
Okay.
If this guy is as an introvert, he's all channeled his energy inside him. He's silently sitting, and that time if you interrupt, you are rude, man. You're stopping his thinking process. Hello, Prosper, get up. I want to talk to you. How do you feel?
Stop that.
Exactly. You know my jabs now. Finger jabs all will come back, right? So let's put it this way. This is rude. And here
Oh, feel rude.
I have something which is a compliment. So when you are into an extrovert guy and he was talking to you and you say, hey, that's nice. How do you do it? Ah, I did like this. Okay, amazing. How do you do it? Okay, now you see, he takes all your energy as a compliment and he keeps on talking. He's getting energy in that. On the other side, if you are a deep person, if you are an introvert, if you are channelizing the energy in yourself, you like thought processes, you like deep thinking. And if I say, yo man, gone, you're rude.
Okay, I got it. That's good. It's good insight.
You're inside. Now you guys know where
Yeah.
to do this, right?
Very good.
Right. So let's Avento, are you able to listen to this? Avento, you can unmute yourself if you're there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, how are you feeling, man? Let's take a minute's break. Do you like us to give me a feedback? I want to be the extrovert.
That's really good. I learned this one.
This is point 1 of 1. No, you have not yet gone deeper, man. Right. So, guys, now you understood how energy gain preferences can change every attribute of a person's character. Right? But this needs a kind of a different skill to understand that. And I'm also telling you how do you behave and what is going to make him rude, what is going to make him feel bad. Right?
Yeah. So
Any points?
if you can just divide those type of the 4 games we got right now, we can say, for example, Ruby and Sapphire as this extrovert energy,
Okay, great.
and Pearl and Emerald as those, I will say, introvert energy.
Okay, cool. And now I think you have a different insight. Don't you think so? You're doing amazing, man. So with this, what happens? What do you think? What is something that you should do and what you should not do? Are you able to make out that, Mujib?
Yeah, I mean that I can resonate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Actually,
what time do you need to do that?
you help me to, how can I say that, to reduce this type of games right now.
Okay.
I had those 4 type people. Now I have just 2 type of people with
Okay.
just some small
My
distinction.
God, I gonna learn this one, man. Thank you.
All right.
Can I share something?
Yep, please go ahead.
So I was doing role play yesterday around 4 a.m. and I was dealing with a Ruby, a strong Ruby. So her name is Kalinda.
Okay.
And
Kalinda Trophy.
yes.
the lady?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, she's
Guys,
pretty tough.
just remember, this entire season has been recorded, so it will be on YouTube. So you know what's your limits, right?
Okay.
Before we
So-
bash him.
All right. Go ahead. I mean, tell the main matter. I mean, tell you can cut off the relation and the names and all those things. You can tell what's that you are resonating to this particular incident.
Okay, so that's very interesting because I was around the time that I can't raise my voice, first of all. So my intent was too soft for her. But I cannot do better because it was what it is. When I speak very low, because it's 4 a.m., everybody sleep, then I tend to be pearl, right? Because my mindset is tuning pearl. But anyway, this was not the point. I didn't make that. There's a guy who jumped, is Matthew, and he was listening to the role play. And he was pointing out like, okay, as a Ruby, the power of a Ruby is when they talk less.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
Okay, but here's the catch. When he said that, is when he was saying to Calendar, and she say, Calendar, do you agree with me on this one? Calendar say, no. Just a simple no.
Right.
And then
Do you see this?
what's happened? Yeah.
Do you see this? I mean, if you are on the left side of the thing, so if you are a type A kind of guy, and if you need to influence, co-fluence, or do anything with type B, you know what to do. You know what not to say. You know how not to react, and you know how to react also. Can you make it from this?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
Alright.
I love this.
We are pumping up. So good to go. Can we go a little deeper? Are you guys okay with me?
Yeah,
Keep
sure.
going, keep going, keep going.
Okay. I see
But
that.
I think Prosper did not finish his story, so that was. It seems like we
Yeah.
just.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
So I'm introvert. Please give me a space.
I give you that, man. I give you that, man.
Thank you.
Go
Thank
ahead,
you.
go ahead, go
Thank
ahead.
you. I see that. I appreciate. Now the irony is here because calendar say no, just one no. That's it, and she's Ruby, right?
Yeah.
And the guy Matthew was starting to, as a Sapphire, starting to justify, just to say, yeah, but and oh, and the irony is that's pretty funny because she said no. She stated that Ruby need to talk or something like that. But she didn't talk. She's just listening. That's I don't know if that's the beauty of a kind of reverse psychology.
Right.
And I was there and sensing the moments, and the guys was completely justifying because it turned out that these guys say that, do you think that the power of Ruby is to talk less? And the guy's talking a lot. He was talking a lot. So
Oh yeah,
it's a moment
was a-
things. It's a moment when crazy.
that was a big contradiction by himself.
Yeah, those two actually they contradicted each other. So
Okay.
that's the beauty of it. So yeah, just a little sharing on that. I don't know how to place them.
I think they don't want to be overpowered, something like that. That's maybe
Yeah.
right. Yeah, they don't want like somebody talking them bad, something like that, or like they don't want some advice from others.
All right. So guys,
So basically, if you
let me probably put a small thing here in the same discussion here. Let me not go to the next one. I want to give you something beyond this. Are you okay with this?
Okay, go ahead. Yep,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
How do I frame this? If you want to know what an extrovert is thinking, then you haven't been listening.
say again.
If you want to know what an extrovert is thinking,
Yeah.
then you haven't been listening.
Oh, so we are not listening to them.
If you want me to, I can type out this thing. If you want to know what an extrovert is thinking, that means you haven't been
Listen.
listening. Right?
Yeah.
Mm.
So now the other thing, if you want, okay, let me write it down. If you want to know what an introvert is thinking, then you haven't asked.
Can you repeat that phrase about the introvert?
Yeah, it's there on your screen. If you want to know what
I can't
an
see it.
introvert, okay, I'll just take this. All right. Can you see that now? So if you want to know what an introvert is thinking, then you haven't asked.
You haven't asked.
Yeah.
You haven't asked. Okay.
Okay.
Powerful?
Very powerful.
Okay.
No.
You have been asked. Yeah. Okay.
So this is a tip of an iceberg. I mean, you can do amazing stuff. So now once you have identified the guy on the opposite side as an extrovert, and if you don't know what he's thinking, then you are not listening, paying attention to what he's saying. He says everything. That's how he gains his energy. On the other hand, if there is a pearl or an emerald, you know, these guys are very silent. I mean, very inside oriented, inside driven. So how are you going to find out what they're thinking? You have to ask. You have to keep
Oh, I
asking.
see that. So you have to be contrarian to their gem type or to their
I
personality.
leave that to you to decide what you want to do. But according to the studies, this is what is the answer. I mean, if you really want to know what is happening in his mind, you need to dig deeper. And how are you going to do that? You have to ask questions. You see that?
Mm.
I will just ask some a little bit. Tell me if it's correct or not. I will already say, if you want to know what the introverts are thinking, that means you haven't asked and let them enough space.
Oh yeah? Yeah, why not?
Mm.
See? Because sometimes you can ask too many questions at the same time. They didn't have enough time to digest
To
those
listen.
questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, so can I put one word called as the power of silence?
Yeah. Yeah. The power of silence. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly that.
All right.
So once you are silence is so very powerful.
You know, many times when I'm talking to Pearl, when I'm talking to the guy who is very silent, there is a rational, logical pause. I love this word. Rational, logical pause. And this is so powerful. You just say, how do you feel? Pause. How do you feel? 1 second, 2 seconds, 30 seconds, 40 seconds, 1 minute. The guy who opens his mouth faster, he's a loser. He's not getting. But once the pearl talks, it comes out naturally. He needs time to take that energy from inward to outward.
Okay.
He needs that. Okay. There is somebody who just. I remember he told me, like, if you need to talk to somebody, an introvert who is like very confined, you need to think of a romantic song in your head, loosen your body, loosen your shoulders, and say, okay, lower your voice. I'm listening.
Man, you just give some sentence here that was very powerful, strong. I don't know
Yeah.
if you got it, guys, but he says the first one you talk after the pause lose.
Yep, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's very, very. I mean, that touched me. That's the reason I react like this. I'm like woo woo in my head. See, yeah, because I'm type of ruby sapphire, we say. So basically, when even yesterday I had a conversation. I called with a French guy. He was a pearl, and for a ruby, it's very difficult to connect with a pearl.
So Muji, tell me one thing. There are so many competitions that happens, no, where you have to press the buzzer. If you know the answer, press the buzzer. Who do you think is
Yeah.
going to win?
What do you think? What?
Who do you think gonna be the winner if there is a question and answer where you have to press the buzzer? The guy who replies with the buzzer thing, that bell.
I will say a Ruby, but the thing is,
Maybe, yeah.
as a Ruby, I
Yeah.
don't play if I know I can win. I never do that. I just realized that.
So
If I know I don't want to win,
let's put it this
You
way.
don't play.
It will be the type
I
A
don't play.
guys will be the winner, right?
What do you say?
I say the type A guys will be the winner. If I say press the buzzer, it's gonna be the extrovert guys who will be always say, okay, I want to talk.
Yeah. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that's correct.
Right? Who wants to
That's
play?
correct.
I want to play. Who wants to say? I want to say. Who wants to sing? I want to sing.
Yeah.
Right?
But what I discovered about the this that's for me. Like, because sometimes we don't understand exactly what it means by winning this kind of energy. But winning is energy, and losing also is energy. But you can put your energy and say, okay, I want to win. I want to win my day. I want to win, make some sports. I want to win. To have better relationship. It's different type of winning. But I discovered those type of games right now. I changed my way of thinking. I don't know if you got it now.
All right, fine. I got that.
Uh,
I got that. And so today, what we're trying to do is, we are trying to figure out the much more deeper level of the gem types,
Yeah.
where you can go one more, two more, three more, four more stages deeper, and actually you can touch his soul. If you can actually touch his soul. Just
Okay.
be there.
can I,
And that is word is very powerful. You can just be there. That word itself is so powerful. I am listening.
can I
Right?
interject?
Right? Sorry.
Can you repeat what you say about the pearl, about the romance of the voice and this? But before that, you say something very interesting that I wasn't able to write down.
Okay.
What was it?
Okay. I'm sorry. I
I
just.
understand the shoulder part, I understand the romance. But before that, you say something, you state something. Can you
Well,
just,
I cannot
do you
find now
remember
right
that?
now. I forgot. But the idea was with an extrovert guy, if you need to really understand him, you need to bounce him back. You have to bounce him back. Okay, you need to probably jump to his energy level, match his energy level, and whenever you are talking to him, he feels good. Okay, that's the entire thing. His energy gain is external, and he loves that. He doesn't like dumb guys always sitting there. He loves to just jump out, fun, frolic, enjoyment, share, hug, all these things. Run. That's what he wants. And to gain that control over him is the only way is be like him. Ask him that question. Man, what you did? I did this. How do you do? I'm amazing. I'm also amazing. That's an extroversion way. But I'm talking about an introvert who is gaining that energy himself. He needs that passion pause. Or I'll say compassion pause. You need to be there. You have to understand. I think that's the right word, man. Let me just write it down somewhere. It's a very word. Compassion. So I'm talking to viewers. So viewers, this is a live class. No books, nothing around. Free open hand. This is what I do. Open Excel, and we're writing. So every time this version changes, based on the people around, the more they talk, being an extrovert, we make this kind of changes. So probably if the recording of the same topic is there last 2 months back, next 2 months back, it will be having a different purpose, a different thing altogether. Right? Well, so guys, so far okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very insightful. Very
Amazing.
insightful.
Right. So Avento, Muji, and Prosper, since you guys were there from beginning, you are able to relate this. So you gain an extra advantage of talking directly. And the people who are joined late, no problem. You can be there. You have your own voice. It's a free session. You can talk directly. This is how co-learning works. You can stop me. I can wait. No problem. I can go deeper. No issues. If I'm not able to answer, would you mind helping me? I am not an every man, what to say, all informed guy. No, it's not like that. So with me, I have my guru. You want to meet my guru? Right now? The guy who
Sure.
Yeah, man.
answering almost
Yeah.
everything. This gentleman can answer almost everything. You want to meet him?
Yeah.
1 click away. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my guru and everybody's guru, Mr. Google. Right.
Okay, I'll write this down. I didn't know that.
Yes. Google it.
Yeah,
Wow.
so this is a live lesson. So if I have any problem, why don't I try typing and finding out what is it? This is,
Can I ask you questions?
yep,
I'll
sir.
ask a question to Muji. Muji, you just said before that you kind of Ruby Sapphire.
Yeah.
And how you turn yourself to be a little bit introverted. Like, I just to find out that you able to sense that I didn't finish my story. And of course, now you're high ticket closer, so you cheat. So how you able to manage that by the fact, but because Sapphire Ruby, they're very strong energy and are more outgoing in that level. So how you manage to become a little bit more introspective, if you can say that.
Because I think for me, we have all those kind of energy
True.
inside us. Sometimes I'm organized, sometimes I'm not, like, you know, per emerald, not so much, or sometimes I also have this big energy. I want to help people. I want to be there to, you know, to change the world. But the thing is, I just developed so much, because also it's also more about anxiety and stress and things like that. So you started to put some mask in yourself, to hide yourself. You know, you build this character, all right? But developing my spirituality, and my spirituality is very simple. I'm just listening to myself. I trust myself. I trust my gut. And by developing that, I just become like more natural for me to open a little bit about myself. The more I open myself, because we have everybody has some issue, and I can go more deep to make my clothes, because I know the people or the customers is in front of me. I've almost 95% the same problem than me. You're looking for from freedom. You're looking to have more better life for himself. So basically, I'm trying to put myself in that situation. So that gave me a little bit of pearl, and I think with those knowledge we got today, we're gonna go more deep on that, more connect with
So
people, and
Nice. Wow.
so Muji, if I reframe that, is deeper you go within yourself, is realizing that people are the same as you, like 95%, right?
exactly. And if you take a
Yeah,
time to
I love it.
exactly. If you take time to
Yeah.
watch people, because I'm just like I told my background, I'm a musician. So basically, I can feel people, I can feel things. Sometimes I can just watch people and I can describe the story. It's in me. But right now, I just developed that with HTC, and just like with the master, we got the master today, guys. I don't know if you realize that we got a master today. I just meet him this morning, and he gave me the link. I jump on that because I'm the type of guy, when I recognize some value, I jump on that. And so I'm already sure at the end of this course, I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna see things differently.
Yeah,
And
me
thank you.
too. I mean, I see this already, those knowledge. It just give the first point. I mean that I will use it because yesterday I was role playing against those strong emerald and ruby, you know, and I tell you now is kind of differentiator here, and it will be crazy. I want to add something like this about like deeper you go within yourself. I remember that at the beginning around HTC, there's a guy, he says something like that, because I was asking that kind of questions. What is the hardest prospect you can close? Well, what is your hardest prospect that is difficult for you, but you were able to close? I was asking that question to the guy, and just reply me very simply, myself.
Deep.
And from that, I
Very
understand everything.
Right.
Very
So I
profound.
think that's the word called as self-realization. To be, I think that's
True.
the right, I guess. What do you say, guys?
Close yourself. That's all.
Yes,
That's
sir.
it.
Yeah. And let me tell you, this is what I do in my sessions. Okay, so this is something that I'm talking about the sessions I take care. It's a 37 days program where the first thing you learn is close yourself. Number one. Number two, once you've closed yourself, the energy is something that you figure out looking inside. You become the introvert. You learn and find out what is that one thing that you want to be extrovert of, that you want to show off, that you want to do that. By the way, if you are introvert also, the energy is something that can actually resonate with many people like you. That's the first thing. So 37 days program, this is the basis by which you learn deeper about your own. Because if you are not able to listen to your own heart, own feelings, own emotions, own talents,
Yeah.
All these things.
Hey Moji, can you write down that one for me because I'm going to work. I'm gonna listen all you guys. Okay, I'm gonna mute and
Recorded. We can share it with you, man. If you love.
Everything's
okay,
recorded, man.
thank you.
We there.
Sure.
So, man,
Okay,
good
okay,
luck.
thank
Good
you,
luck
thank you.
with Advento. Good luck,
No,
man.
it's okay. I'm
Good
gonna
luck,
listen,
Advento.
John. Yeah, thank you so much for this one. I'm gonna be
You're welcome.
listen this one again.
No
All right.
problem. Looking forward, buddy.
See you,
Right.
buddy.
Thank you.
Awesome.
You.
So, right. So this is another station where a lot of people find a lot of things, and this is not passion. This is something that the one thing that you live for. It is beyond your passion. That's life, right? But the question is, do you think 37 days is good enough? That's a big question. Many people ask me that. When I say, well, you're going to be taking out a lot of things and you'll be learning about a technique called as time hacking. You'll be making 112 hours to be finishing in just 12 to 14 hours. You have time, man. You have loads of time. All right. So let's jump back to the season right now here. This is, as I said, this is a bonus class kind of, a bonus co-learning session where I'm just touching this point. There is something beyond this also. So let me just finish this much. And if you guys feel good enough, you know what to do. So shall we go ahead? All there with me?
Yeah. Well.
All
Yep.
right. So Muji, there is again a preference. Now I'm talking about the second level where I said preference to gather information.
Yeah.
Okay. This is divided into again two types. So the first type is called as sensing, and the second type is called as thinking. All right.
Okay.
Let's put it this way: sensing and thinking. Okay, so we'll do the character assassination here. So let me tell you, if you guys want to know. So sensing guys are basically practical, logical. Yeah. What else? Yeah. So these are like more of a realistic guys. Yeah, Emerald is the right match, I guess, for this. Gem type called as Emerald.
He's on thinking side, right?
Ruby. Yeah. These are the sensing types.
Sensing type.
Yeah.
Sensing type, really?
So
I'm
I think
surprised.
this is the guys who are like more Emerald, who are rational. They have all these things, and
I would think it was this thinking type. I don't know.
Yeah, me too. I was believe it's thinking type the way
no,
you
this
say
is the
it.
sensing type, guys.
So what's the thinking type?
Okay,
Then?
so no, this is not thinking actually. This is okay. Let me just put it this way. This is
What is logical, rational, and
okay,
practical is more like thinking.
One second, guys. I did a mistake here. It is intuition.
Oh, intuition.
So
Can you repeat now? I'm a little bit confused right now. So, sensing type people
these are
it's practical.
actual logical guys. They are real time, right? They're
Okay.
whereas the intuition types are more about the big picture.
That's the thinking type.
No.
Sensing
So sensing
versus.
are basically the I'm sorry, I've just gone one more step ahead. I'm sorry. So
Okay.
I'll just probably put in this way: thinking and feeling. Let me tell you all these things. That it makes my life easier also.
You guys can see the screen because I can't see the screen. I mean,
I don't see the screen.
you don't see the screen, right?
Wait, what happened?
No, I don't see the screen.
You guys are not able to see the screen?
No, not at all.
Oh my God! One sec.
You keep that for yourself, man.
Okay. Is it okay
There you
now?
go. Okay, now, okay.
Okay, there you go.
Right. Okay.
Here we go.
Right. So we are right now in the second part where the preference of gathering information. So we have got two types. We have a sensing type and an intuition type. All right. So sensing is more about, I'll say what? They are realistic. Yeah, more of realistic guys, logical guys, uh, practical, logical, realistic. Yeah, this is the guys kind of like sensing guys. Whereas intuition is more about, it's a different thing. It's like, so they are that possibilities kind of. Okay. This is the word called intuition. Let me just ask my big boss what does intuition is actually meaning of.
Ask the guru.
Ask the big boss, Guru. Intuition. Okay. So yeah, the ability to understand something instinctively. Wow, that is a nice word. Instinctively, without the need of conscious reasoning. Wow.
Oh.
Right. Let me format this text wrapping. So. Right. So does it make difference here? So what happens in a sensing guy and an intuition guy? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you one thing. Okay.
Yes.
What example should I give you? Okay. What do you like to have if you are hungry right now? Pearl,
A burger.
what do you like to have right now? Do you go back and search the menu card in a restaurant, or you just see what other people are eating in the dishes?
Oh, interesting.
Right. Okay. Let's say you are in a shop where you're buying jackets. Okay. You're going to ask the details, or you just wear it because you like it. It's your intuition. I mean, it's like a feeling. I need to see how do I fit. I need to see how this each and every texture and size and stuff and all these things matches up. What do you think this guy is? That's why you call this chips, no? You call it sensors. They sense everything. They are collecting data. Yeah, that's the right word, man. Data.
Collecting data.
Oh.
Inventory.
Inventory. Oh.
Yeah.
What else?
Okay. What else? Throw me some stuff, man.
About sensing? Okay.
Yeah.
Collecting data, inventory. Collecting. I don't know what. Now I know where they're coming from. I mean, if it's about sensing alone, I have nothing else to add.
Yeah. So these guys are collecting data. Analytics. Yeah.
Analytics, yes.
Analytics.
Very good.
How can I forget? Yeah. Right. So what happens with the intuition guys? Now, Mr. Musician,
There you go.
Passion, passion, passion.
Passion,
Yeah, it's more about.
feeling.
Okay. No, not now. Feeling will come later. Hold on.
Okay,
Feeling
okay.
will come later. So how do you gather information is through what? Passion is not the right word, in fact. No, let's take it back. Passion is not the right word. How are you gathering information? Uh, yeah, it's like it's a uh, yeah, instinct is the right word actually. So I feel that's the right word. Instinct,
Instinct.
belief, belief or instinct. You know, you can actually be moved because you guys are like when I say this is all inward, guys. Like this is intuition. I believe in myself. I can do that. It's a inner feeling. Inner feeling. Not feeling is not the right word again. I'll just put this way. Inner realization. Guys, can you just help me with this word, man? Intuition. What do you feel these guys are?
Intuition means like unexpected.
Let's read this second line. A thing that one knows or considers likely from instinctive feeling rather than conscious reasoning. I think it's the same thing. Yeah, intuition psychology today. Yeah, so I think I have a good example here. So let me read from the Google. Okay. Okay, so let's read this part.
It says it's a connection with yourself.
Right. Okay. Connection with myself. Both are connection with myself. So I'll just read out this. So guys, as I said, this is realistic. So if you don't what to say, agree with this guy, we find somebody else. Right?
Wow.
What do you mean?
If this particular definition is not something that all of us don't like it, we find something else. Unless and until we are satisfied with the answer.
But I felt like the last sentence you copy from Google was good. The big ability to understand something intellectual. That was enough to say. I don't know for you, Prosper.
I mean that for me that I remember I was talking to Joe, and he said that I'm not the person who plucked from the air, getting information from the air, and I feel that I'm that type of person that I'm able to pluck from the air and just able to use it. So
this is a nice word. Prosper, this is a nice word. It's called as autopilot.
Autopilot. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice word.
Nice word.
Autopilot.
I didn't think that way. This is the word I copied from here.
So I don't use my brain. I use my inner, my heart or my emotions. I just send, but I said in the term of.
This is another word for you. It's called guess.
I guess. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah. This is a nice word. So, I mean, see, we learned something new here. The automatic information processing that underlies intuition can be seen in something people experience daily. This phenomenon is known as highway hypnosis. It occurs when driver travels for miles without a conscious thought about the activity of driving the car. Pedestrians walk down the street and get lost in thought and find themselves at their destination without awareness of processes that got them there. It's an amazing thing, I think. For me, it's a great learning, man. Highway hypnosis.
I love also the non-conscious processes.
Yeah, it was just before that.
Yeah.
Oh,
man, I like this. Okay, highway hypnosis.
Can you get back to the page, Amit? Because Muji just found a nice word, non-conscious process.
So I think I'll do one thing. I'll just make it. How do I share you guys? So I can probably insert this thing and okay. How do I share to everyone? So guys, if I mean viewers, if I listen to this, I will try to put it in the comment box. I mean the description. I will share you this link.
Okay.
Which one you cheat?
I will share it in the description. It will be on the YouTube.
Okay.
Okay, righto. So highway hypnosis done. Right. So guys, I think we got a clarity of sensing and intuition, guys.
Of course.
Now
Sounds good.
let us do it with the gem types and let us see how we can influence this kind of people. How we can.
Okay, I get it already.
That's the biggest stuff, man. All right. So if you are a sensing type, what you need is, it's on the left side, man. Talk
Yeah.
when you have data. Do not open your mouth if you find this guy sensing. Do not open your mouth if you don't have a data.
Mm.
All right. Only when you have this, you got a deal, man. So they are perfectionists. They need stuff like, how much is this millimeter, centimeter, 1 kg, 2 kg, 1 square feet, 3 square feet, all these things. They need all the explanations. Right?
Detail.
Right. Thank you. Oh man, amazing. Anything
I
else?
really like your concept about co-learning.
Oh,
That's very powerful.
thank you. Thank you.
You need to promote that more strong than what you did right now, bro. Trust me, because it's a very good concept. We don't have a guru. We make a co-learning. That's very, very profound.
No, we have a guru, and the guru is sitting here.
Yeah. Gotcha.
I think that's the world's amazing guru, man. I think 99% you will get the answers.
Yeah, that's fun.
All right.
So explanation, detail.
Yeah, why not?
Details.
So now, if you are using this kind of type 1, I mean, let's say the sensing types, to be influential for these guys, you need to understand, you need to work with data, you need to have a proper understanding of analytics, you need explanations on a bigger scale, right? And these guys need details. One more thing. I want to put one more word here that I recently learned. Okay, so this is an extra thing for you guys. Bonus tips. Sorry. Do you guys know about this word called as? Let me write it here. ZAIRG, Zeigarnik effect. Do you know this?
No.
What is this?
No.
No? Okay, awesome. No problem. So tell me one thing. You are a musician, right, Moji?
Yeah, absolutely.
How about I give you a guitar? I don't know what instrument do you play?
Both piano, guitar.
Okay, cool. I give you a guitar and you start to play, and I snatch the guitar from you. How do you feel?
I don't feel good, man.
Okay. Let's say you play an amazing piece, okay, and when you are at the last of the verse, I just stop you. Don't play. Stop. How do you feel?
Yeah, no, I feel awkward.
Okay. That is what this gentleman is teaching, He says human beings loves to complete the entire thing. Complete the food, complete the journey, because this is happening because of this word called as sensing. These are these guys who loves to do the entire thing. I need the entire mathematics. I need the entire concept. I need the entire graph, architecture, plan, process, strategy, blah, blah, blah. You stop these guys in between, you have it. There's no deal. No. That's what I felt, Zeigarnik effect. Let me copy and paste this gentleman here. It's a big, powerful thing. You should remember, let them finish. Give them the entire thing. Else you don't have a business, boss. All right? So Zyganic is a person who has been doing research about all these things. How if you interrupt in between, if you leave that half done, people usually tend to do that, right? So for example, if you see marathon runners, at the last
Yeah.
of everything is a counter. Like let's say you have to run 4 kilometers or like 40 kilometers. The last kilometer, they are looking at all these things. They are scoring. This is a nice word. Let me put this somewhere here. Score. They love score. Sensing guys love score. You see that? I want to be this. I need one more extra. One more is a score, is a number. Now, let's go to the other side. Intuition guys. Intuition guys, see the big picture. Cool. I mean, they're like not that way. Okay, whatever comes, I'm happy. I'll see. Okay, possibilities are there. We can win. No problem. Right. They are more intuition. Okay, I feel this side might be. Let me guess. You see that? Little not focused, not detailed. These are the guys who give on the right hand side. They give amazing poems, story, song, music, entire artistic stuff.
Creative.
Creative.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Creative. Intuition. You're making one more sound. This is not going good. I think let me do this way. This works. See? This works. And you come out with amazing things. Amazing things. All right. So far, so good. How are you feeling?
Very good. Very good, guy.
It's great.
All right. So let's go deeper, baby. Let me put a right side mark here. So what we have, the next thing is called as making a decision.
Okay. Just to go back a little bit, Amit.
I'm sorry?
Just to go back a little bit. I mean, right now we can just say, for example, for sensing people, we can say, for example, there's a pearl and an emerald, or emerald pearl, I will say.
As I said, this is not a statement that I want to make. I haven't done this. So if someone says, okay, a ruby and probably a pearl, I mean, an emerald is somebody who is there. Okay, might be he's right. I don't know.
Can I?
Yeah, please go ahead. Prosper, you can go ahead.
Well, I don't know if you come after that, but I just maybe a bit preemptive on this one. This is very interesting because by looking at this, gathering informations, is always asking myself why I want that much information.
Yeah.
and for example, let me finish my entire formula. Let me finish my entire process. I need all those information in between. Don't cut me in between, or we don't have deal, right? So is it a place of insecurity? I'm just.
Oh, maybe it's a place of security.
Yeah, why not?
Or it's a place of security. Security or insecurity? I don't know. Just
for example, my girlfriend is she's an emerald, and that's the way she acts. She cannot think about numbers or be logical and things like that until she finds it. Now she feel better. She feel like I feel safe. And if you lie emerald, you lose the deal. So they need they need security. They're looking for security, and by they're hiding themselves behind the security, beyond numbers, beyond logical.
Yeah. So let me put it this way. Whenever you have this word security, there is another word which goes along with that. That's called as possessiveness.
Is what?
Possessiveness. Being possessive.
Yeah.
It's a relative word.
Control.
Control freak.
Yeah.
Control freak.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah. So I think this is very related. I think we are now going to the second level of character assassination. I mean, I usually like to stop here, but since we have digged down deeper, okay, these are certain things which we need to figure out. How much secured are you? that is actually asking you, are you really possessive about this stuff? Do you really need that information?
Do you really need that?
Do you really want to control that thing? Are you really responsible about that?
How many data you need to make a decision today?
I'm sorry?
I say how many data you need? How many data you need to take decision today?
Oh yeah, that's the same thing. I mean, you can go deeper, man. I'm just I'm resting my cases here, but it's up to you. See, the power of this kind of way of discussion is you can probably fill up this entire Excel book entirely. What we are doing is we are just putting the concentration inner self. Did you see that? Right? All right. So, is it okay? Is it the time for us to go to the next one?
Yeah. Go ahead, man.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So there is another preference. The third preference is called as making a decision. And in this decision-making process, there is only two ways: type 1 and type 2, or type A, type B, whatever. There's only two things called as thinking and feeling. Okay?
Yeah.
Right? So when you go into this thinking and feeling, now that's what I said, like, let us not put this in the gather information type. It will be your decision-making type. So, thinking guys are basically figuring out how it is logically picking up. So these guys are logical, right? They make decisions based on logic. And they have this software program, if, then, else. It's a software program. If I do this, then I will do that, else I will do that. You see that? Now you understand the logic now? So they use this kind of things in their thinking. If this happens, okay, I will do that. And then I was going to do this. What if? This is another point. They call this what if. Now all the computer science students might be loving this thing because you are actually figuring out how your logical thinking starts. That's how we program. This is program. So this is something where you usually ask yourself, and you try to support or balance your thought process. Okay. So far so good. Any input so far before we go deeper?
Go ahead.
All right.
What's it down?
On the other side, you have this feeling type of decision. I feel I should buy this. I feel not good. Let us not go for the trip today. Not feeling.
Emotional. Emotional.
Emotion. Okay. So basically, feeling types are guys who are finding out what's the most important thing to be done here, and that's the right way. I think that's the best way to talk about this. Format. Sorry about the decoration timing. I'm sorry. Otherwise, it's not visible there. All right. So feeling is more about what's the most important thing to be done right now. Okay. So guys, let me take a small break here and let me tell you a small story. Are you okay with the small story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One fine day, this gentleman is taking his car out, and he's like, it's a free road, it's amazingly nice, amazing scenic beauty, and he's in the mountains, and he's driving at a nice speed. He's enjoying and good music. He's happy. He's joyful, and now he has one river to cross, and there is a bridge there. Okay, he's okay. He's going. Suddenly, on middle of the bridge, he finds there is something wrong with his car. It's like something is not something is not right. Now he comes out of the car and figures out the left side of the wheel. Okay, the car's rear left side of the wheel has a puncture. Understand? Outside it is very sunny. It's hot. It's like blazing hot, and this gentleman was enjoying the coolness of the air condition inside the car. Now he has to come out the thing, and he's looking, oh shit, man, what do I do? And this has to happen with me only today. Why? You see that? Now what he does is, okay, now he has no other option. He has to change the stepney, the extra tire that he has. He has to go back. So he takes the dicky out, on the back, and pulls out that extra tire. He has that, and he pulls the jack, okay, and lifts out the car, and now he unscrews the bolts, okay, and now he finds that tire is jammed, that flat tire is jammed. He just tries to drag this like this, and suddenly what happens is he takes it in a jolt, and his hand actually does like this, and all the bolts, all the 4 bolts falls on river. Falls inside the river. Okay. Now he is already in tension. He is frustrated. There is no one he can see from the long time. There is no one. He is like, oh damn, what the hell I should do? I'm done. I mean, this is something. He's like, there is no car there. There is no one. He's the only one in that road. I mean, on the bridge. And all the 4 bolts have gone into that water. He's looking here and there and here. I don't know what to do. It's mad, right? Mm. Now the scenario changes. He becomes restless, and his peace of mind is gone. He's like, he don't know what to do. Suddenly, he finds a small figure walking in a slow way. It's a small boy. A farmer's kid, I guess. Okay. He said, should I ask help from him? Come on, he's just a kid. What he can do, man? I don't know. But before you could ask, the guy comes closer and says, hello, uncle. What happened? You look something terribly and not good happening. He said, come on, man, get lost. You cannot do anything, man. I got a flat tire, you see. Oh, what else? Okay. Do you want me to help you? You? Who the hell are you, man? You're just a kid. What do you know about this stuff? So what is the problem now? You see, I was trying to, change the stepney, and this entire thing, the screw just went and fall in the river. That's all? What do you mean by that's all? How the hell I'll go? It's the rear tire. I mean, this is rear left-hand side wheel. That's the main wheel. Okay. Why don't you do one thing? So what? Take one bolt from each of the wheel and put it there, and you can drive to the next probably 10 kilometers. You have a puncture shop. There is a mechanic. You can help him. You can get help. What a brilliant idea! You see that? Just take one bolt from all the 3 tires. You got 3 bolts. So I put the stepney back. The flat tire is behind my dicky, and I can drive the next 10 miles. I'll drive slow, carefully, but I have a solution. Why the hell I didn't think of that solution? So he asked to the guy and says, hey kid, is it something like it happens daily? I mean, have you seen anybody else having the same kind of trouble earlier? The kid says, no. You're the first one. And how the hell did you answer? Well, I know that this is the hot sun. It is making you frustrated. You don't have the power to think on the other side. You saw the problem. I saw the solution. Done. Cool.
Hmm.
Story ends here. How do you feel? What happened? What happened?
We are testing the way
That's
you
close.
you open yourself to be able to accept somebody else can help him.
Yeah. It's a resistance. Man, he's just a kid. What you can do, man? He's just a kid. And see what happened.
Yeah.
Right? So decision making, now let us relate here. So one guy was problem oriented, another guy was, solution oriented.
Solution. Yeah.
Yeah.
See that?
Mm.
So decision is yours. You have to stay frustrated. Okay, go ahead. Who's stopping you? You have to have all the analytics, all the data points, everything. Solution starts here. Think different.
Mm.
All the entrepreneurs, they think different. They find a solution, man. And I think entrepreneurs would be, if you ask me, they are the best guys in the world because they know how to help millions of their problems. They can make a difference. Nobody else.
Mm.
Political figures, no charitable trust, no one, man. The solution is only with this guy who works 24 hours, looks differently, does something which is creative. Yes, he has that understanding of the emerald as well. And these guys are called as entrepreneurs. Beyond them, that guy is basically an inner motivated or inner self-motivated influencer. Then only he can influence others. That's the value of what we're doing here. Influence inner self first. See a problem or see a solution. Figure out what you want to do. Does this entire behavior types help you to decide that? How do you feel now?
Mm. Very profound.
Great.
Right. Well, so you have this two different decisions. Just understand one thing. This is a very, very important thing in the entire thing. Now, if you want to know, this is the life skill, man. This is not low ticket or high ticket or awesome ticket. This is the life skill. You decide based on certain influence of your inner self. And whatever you have taken decision, you are what you are. You see that?
Yeah.
You are responsible for your all decisions. Because you did all these things, you gathered informations, you exchanged the energy, and now you decide based on your thinking and feeling. And this is what you are. Both the characteristics are there in us. We decide based on so many things. Now it is a feeling or a thinking. Both are good. But that is the combination which made you, me, him, her. Right? Phew. So let me just break the silence, man. I've been talking so much. So why don't Muji, can you just talk something about how you're feeling right now? Let's say 30 seconds to 1 minute. Let me get a little bit of water.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know how long now we are in the call right now. I think it's
2 hours.
30 minutes. 1 hour, I think.
Yeah.
2 hours.
Yeah. And now I'm just starting, to process everything because now I got a screen here, your sheet, and yeah, there are so many bullets you give us. I think Prosper and I we are here since the beginning, so we can really see how now we can.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you got it. Okay, okay. I don't feel alone again. So yeah. I'm digesting right now things, man, because this is so profound. Yeah, so profound. I'm just asking myself how I'm gonna put that, how I'm gonna ask some question, to closing and to interact with people.
That's
so
powerful.
Yeah.
You can use it. This entire thing. You can use it the way you want. You can use it in your career, in your personal well-being, in your interaction. You can be, as I said, like use it on the advantage side. Use it on the benefits of others. You see that?
Yeah.
And every time you know what you are doing, your inner self knows the truth. You cannot hide, man. You can hide to me, you can hide to many people, but inner self, you cannot lie. That's not going to give
Absolutely.
you peace, man. Today you might not understand, but you will realize one day. That will be very late. Okay,
Would
so
you?
okay.
Yeah, Prosper.
Can I add something about that?
Please. Okay.
Because as a closer or salesperson, we always think about technique. Just which kind of questions? How can I formulate properly? How can I grammatically formulate properly my phrase?
Yeah.
But actually,
Exactly.
I hear a lot on that, and you can't formulate that 1,000 ways. But there's one thing: you don't have the map. You don't have the map of awareness about where this guy's coming from.
Exactly.
Which kind of way he decides, he's thinking, feeling, is more sensing intuitions, or is he more extrovert or introvert? And if you don't have that map, you can't sense that, and you don't really know actually what to say. Even you speak very well, but you may speak very well, but you use maybe the wrong words at the wrong timing.
Exactly.
So now you have that awareness, this map of awareness that you project into that person right away. Boom, boom, boom. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got you.
Yeah, right. Very
preemptive.
Very profound.
Right. All right. So, if you permit, then I can start the last part of it, and then I will give you this formula. How do you feel? Okay.
I feel blessed, man.
Oh man, thank you so much for the word. All right. So now this is something which is the last part of the missing cake, or the missing piece of the puzzle. So let me put it this way. There is a way to choose or prefer, your live. I mean, your how the way you live your life. So that's something which is by 2 words called as judging and perceiving.
Judging and perceiving.
All right.
Oh, I'm so excited to know more people.
Okay.
I tell you, this is crazy.
Tell me, Prosper, is your first class with Amit?
No, it's not my first class with Amit. I was there with him at the beginning. So
okay, cool.
This class today is very, very insightful. I mean, that's the most insightful compared to the other for me.
Okay.
So I mean that I'm sure for you, Muji, you are loving it. So
yeah.
On one, really.
It started this morning, man. It started this morning. He was talking with another guys in the Discord, and I just felt his energy was just different, and that boost my ego also. By first of all, I started saying, why he so cocky like this? I said, no. It was my low self talk to me. You not so confident about yourself. It's not him. You got a problem. So you maybe need to listen this guy. And that's the reason I open up and I say, okay. And he started to close me, just right there. Blah, blah, blah. Can you tell me why you closing? Blah. I was just impressed, man. So I say, I need to learn from this guy, man. So,
all right.
Feel blessed.
I'm blessed here because my intention is not about closing here. My intention is very pure. And as I said, in this entire presentation, I have never said that you join me or my team or my way of doing. No.
That's closing, man. What are you talking about? That's closing, man.
Exactly.
That's closing.
I'll tell you one thing is, it's only one thing is, if I can show you that value which you cannot replace, I think you have done that. There is nothing bigger than that. If you have a value which is useful, yeah, you have 2 kinds of value. You have a non-useful value and you have a useful value. Useful value is something when you can connect, understand this guy, and now you share.
It resonates with what you say when we started. You're talking about the trust, the time, the communication, and the value. Now we create trust right now. We take time. You take time to explain us. You take time to communicate and to show us how you interact with Google and things like that, and you bring value. In shorter period of time, you create a trust
Yeah.
but not just saying, but show us how we can create trust, as we can influence other people also by just bring value, take time, and communicate the right way. So I
Yeah.
appreciate.
Thank you.
Wow.
No, I'm humbled
That's
enough,
great.
guys. I'm just telling you, this is something that I have learned. This is not mine original kind of. But the one thing is, I am taking an action. I am making people to take an action. You might have been the best person in the world. We have known so many things, but you have not taken an action. Shit, you are in deep shit, man. You're just a book which has no purpose. You touch your Bible every day, right? How many of the people read the Bible every damn day?
Absolutely.
Oh, awesome. Nice book. Okay, great. You have got Bible, you have got Gita. There are so many other books there. It's just a book. If you don't open it up, you go nowhere.
Absolutely. Now, you know, there are some people that try to, today, there are so many people. We know everybody can influence people. But right now, we have so many fake guru, and they are, you know, they're not so bad. I don't wanna bash them. What I mean by that, just sometimes you can be confused, you know, because they know how to present things, and then you started to move so many direction, and you lose yourself because, okay, maybe I'm gonna use this technique, maybe I'm gonna do this thing, or maybe this guy, and actually you give us this inner confidence by, okay, just listen yourself, your inner, you know, self-influence. That's difference.
I feel one more thing is, no guru, teacher, trainer, coach will understand or can monitor the way you can do yourself. Only you know what you have lied. And if you are into fitness, you go outside and have a burger. No one knows. No one knows. Only your inner self. Whom are you cheating, man?
Yeah, man. You know, when you, I don't know for you, Prosperous, but I think the way you can feel, the way the energy you provide with those things. Actually, we already know that. It's the way you put it together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I already know about, you know, introvert, extrovert, perceiving, making decision. Those things, I'm aware about that. It's just like now you have a car, but you don't know how to drive. It's different. You got a car, you got a key, but you don't know how to drive. You see?
True. Yeah.
Now tell me one thing. If no one told that diamond is a rare thing, will you look at it? Just answer me this. If no one told you that diamond is really rare, you know, it's rare and it's precious, will you look at any stone like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very simple.
Yeah, very simple. It makes sense, and that's very. I don't know for you guys gonna watch this from YouTube. Take those things, man.
You know what, Muji? I was there, you know, when Amit was talking to you, you know, and I really did believe that I was feeling this way, you know, because I unmute myself. No, I was how to say that. You know, I was switched off because I have to work, but I didn't listen to the process. But I was feeling that Muji, you were somehow in control of the conversations, and just I feel like he was pushing and just telling you this, but I didn't even expect you to be here today.
Okay. Really? Okay.
Yeah. But I wasn't listening to the entire process, so I don't know what's happened and make you.
And okay, I get a question for Amit. Did you think I will be there?
100%.
Okay.
Oh my. Okay.
I was not thinking, I was sensing.
Okay.
That?
Very good.
So there is a purpose for every word that comes out. There is a purpose for even looking at this camera. There is a purpose. Even my smile has a purpose. I'm not feeling like smiling right now. I'm tired, man. I know. I've been working for the last 12 hours. I'm not in that case.
I know that we'll definitely take a big talk after we finish this course and talking. Go more deep about move further. We'll see how we can do things. But Yeah,
All right.
I feel,
So,
you know, we
yeah.
we have to embrace every moment because everything is energy. We know that, all right. So that's mean when you are grateful, your ego move away, just like that dog teaches, you know. So that mean you
Muji,
bring more energy in your life. You bring more opportunity because it's abundance. Because I feel like somebody like you, someone like Prosper, give me this energy to grow because that's what I'm doing when I'm growing. I expand myself. That's mean that this energy bring me more opportunity. I just right now I just open my email and somebody send me, yeah, Muji, can you work for me? You see this, but opportunity is there. I already have two influencers. It's not like I'm looking for somebody. You see,
Mhm.
yeah,
because everything is energy. Everything is energy. The way now you can manage those energy and bring people, bring energy, bring
true, true.
opportunity, living the abundance life. Because this world is a little bit crazy, but we can stick together.
Yeah. Another thing is, I somehow don't like this word called as convincing. I don't like that. I find the word, let me just write it down. So might be this is useful for people who are looking at this. Convincing is a sense of putting a pressure, putting a force, I feel. What do you say, Prosper, with this word?
Which word?
Convince.
Convinced.
I feel there is a sense of pressure here. There is a trick. Uh, there is a hidden trick somewhere. It's like, yeah, man, I can convince you. Okay, there is some benefit, hidden benefit somewhere. I feel like now benefit is good or bad. I don't know, but I think there is an intention for this. You see that? I don't know. What do you guys say? Now, since this is an open class, there are a lot of viewers are looking at it. So,
Yeah,
if you're listening to this,
sure.
type your comment here. But this is what I say. Your presentation was not convincing. Then you are looking for something, man. You are looking for certain things. I mean, you are looking for something.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean? You don't try to convince people. You don't try to pressure. What do you mean by it? I don't get it.
I'm not talking about that. What I'm trying to say is this particular word has a lot of meanings inside this,
Okay.
right? I'm not telling how to use that. I'm talking about this word, in fact. Man,
Okay. Sounds
I'm
good.
not convincing. That means what? Man,
Okay.
this article is not that convincing. This video is not convincing. This food, the menu itself is not convincing. The way you approach me for this date, it's not convincing. What do you want? You see that? I have a problem with this word. I mean, it's my personal belief, but I think this can be much more better oriented because your every word. Guys, can I give you one more bonus?
Yeah, man. We never say no.
Yeah.
Okay. If I write this word to you, okay, I just scribbled something. Can you see this? I just make it bold. I'm telling you, there is spelling mistake, grammar mistake, what do you call this? No punctuations. Okay, let me put this in green color. I think this will be good for you. Okay, guys, are you able to see this?
Yeah.
So let me start with Prosper. Prosper, what I have written here is, okay, can you read out what I have written?
I love to have food with Yupu. With Yupu.
Okay, Muji, what is the meaning of this?
Wow. It's a kind of date. I don't know who's you, who's with you.
I don't know. I just typed it. There was no purpose and intention to type this. My typing is horrible.
Okay.
Okay, but can you make out a meaning here?
I love to have food with you, Poo.
Yeah.
You
get the
basically,
meaning?
yeah.
Did you get the meaning? Did you get the meaning of this entire sentence?
Yeah, the thing is, I got two type of meaning here, and
Okay,
I'll try to be sure
tell me.
what I feel right now. See?
Okay, tell me what is the meaning here?
Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, see, for example, Yupu could be a girl, all right?
You
That's that now. Now I'm with my creative mode. Sorry, guys, it's gonna be
okay,
disrespectful.
just stop. Pause. Okay. Just if you read it only for one time, what is the meaning of it?
Yeah, I mean, I love to have food with Yupu. Yeah, Yupu would say,
Okay, let's
I
say,
don't know.
I know, let's say now, after spending 2 hours, I write this text back to you. How will you feel?
I feel that you're not convincing
Why not?
because you too much mistake in that phrase, and then how you can influence me.
Okay, now put it this way, Prosper, I'm talking to you.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you mind if I type like this to you? Do you really mind now, after probably 1.5 months or 2 months with me?
Not at all. I mean, I'm just taking as a stranger if you
No, you
write
don't take
this.
me as a stranger now. If I write like
No,
this,
no, it doesn't matter. I know it doesn't matter.
doesn't
It doesn't
matter.
matter.
Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
exactly.
You got the meaning, right? I like to spend some time with you, or I like to have food with you, whatever.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I understand what you want to say. Is I love to have food with you,
Yeah.
and there's mistake. Fine, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You see that?
Yeah.
Did you see if I put I small letter, I am more connected to you. I have the permission to make mistakes, to share something with my friend. Did you see that? I have
What do you mean by
permission. It's just a tip of an iceberg, like what we are trying to do now. There are loads
I
of
understand.
what? Let me see if I understand very clearly. So basically, because now we have this strong connection, actually, I can forgive your mistakes. That's correct?
Exactly. Yeah. Is it?
Okay, now
Naturally,
come
that's
back.
come from us.
Let us come back to this word. Now we will talk about this part is how do you make your decision? It is a feeling or it is thinking. You just wrote this one word. So many things came up. Logical and this and that and so many. But when you are connected, grammar doesn't mean any damn.
Like seafood, Dan is doing this too.
I don't know about that, but grammar doesn't have anything to do. If I'm really connected, I might be talking shit. You don't care. Why do you listen to your kids all the blabber? Because you are connected, you have a feeling, you have an attachment, emotions, all this stuff.
And you create trust also. By your formula.
Right. Love it?
Very deep, very deep.
Awesome. So let's go to the last part of this. And I know it's 2 hours. And viewers, if you're still hanging out there, you've got something to talk to me and something I'm resonating with you. My smile. Right. As I said, this is not for me. It's for you. If you feel that there is content enough for you, if you can connect, practice yourself, man. It's open to you. This is the best thing that you can
do. Basically, Hamid, if you understand your concept, doesn't mean the more I influence myself, my inner self, the more I can impact people and influence other people. That's the big concept. That's your program.
Best of the best guys in the world, the best influencers, whatever they are, they did this first part called as looking inner self. They have meditated, they have looked inside, they have stayed in confinement. I think I already have a video on that. I've said how Mark Zuckerberg or Bill Gates, they take out time. They go to complete 15 days, 20 days of no phone, no internet, nothing. Remember, Prosper, there was a season, there was a session like that.
Yep.
Right? Why is it good? The best of the best thing is inside you, man. What we are doing right now is we are digging deeper. You see, you are sitting in your respective positions, but you are not distracted. You're not distracted. Now let me just do this one thing. Okay? Take your both the hands right now and just do half a clap. Okay? Just do half a clap like this. Okay? How are you feeling now? It is Zygarnik effect? Is it having a Zygarnik effect?
Yeah, like it's missing something.
Missing something? Okay. Let's do this double. It's a very cheap way to take the claps from you. But anyways,
What you saying?
it's a very cheap way to take the claps from you. So, but the thing is, you feel good because you accomplished one statement and you had a feeling to do that, and you did that with an action, and that action something I understood, and with that understanding, I felt good. I felt good because there was a trust set up, and there is a trust set up. That's why I could say the way I'm saying to you, and you will react to the way you are reacting. This is called as influencing.
Okay. Very profound.
You see that?
Okay.
All right. So we are still in the last part. So judging and perceiving are the ways by which you select the way you live. So judging, I'm not talking about being judgmental. Okay, I'm not talking about that. Okay. So judging means, oh no, let me just write down here. It's more of organized, list-driven. Okay. What to say? Okay. So these guys are like, what to say, like logical guys. They are like very systematic. Okay. So these guys are like, they don't eat any damn thing. So they knows, okay, I need a fillet of this chicken and I need this much and put this. So these are called as the Subway guys. It's a nice way, Subway guys. Okay. Guys, are you with me so far? Subway guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take your own sandwich. What do you call this? Burger. Okay.
Yeah, Subway. Yeah.
Don't put too much of chili. Not chili. What do you call that thing stuff? Okay. Let's of onion. Little topping of this sauce and that. I need my house to have tea facing with this side. I need that color this way. You see, these guys are selective. Right?
Yep.
We'll go to the deeper sections right now. Okay. And perceiving guys are more open to options. Okay. Going with the flow. Guys, help me. I need help. What else? Going with the flow.
With the flow.
No clear decision before time. So I don't plan my morning breakfast. I'll have eggs, which will not have the egg yellow. I need the white eggs, and I'll have 2 pieces of bread. In the afternoon, the guy who is perceiving, let me be hungry first. Let me see what is there. Then we can decide. He's
just like me.
He lives the lives on his own choices. I mean, it's like, okay, come on. He's like, okay, let me reach to that point before I take a decision. Let me come to that point.
They take surprise as an okay thing.
Surprise is not the right word, but probably I'll say they are open.
Unexpected.
Yeah, they're open. Even surprises are also open. If you're planned, also open.
Adventurous.
Adventurous?
Yeah. But the thing is, there are 2 kinds of adventurists. Someone who packs his bag and he plans his adventure, so you know what is. Okay. What type he is? He's a judging type. Okay, Saturday we'll go for a trekking. It will be a great adventure. How do you feel? You know that.
Oh my God, I have to prepare all the things. I have to prepare bag, mosquito stuff, and this and that.
So you know the
I
judging
can't
type.
go like that. I have to prepare my physique. I have to do this. I have to do that.
And perceiving guys, okay, let's do it. Let's do it right now. Wow, great. Let's go, man.
Yeah.
Bags.
Oh, I'm ready.
We'll see.
More like a Sapphire guys.
As I said, I am not comparing anything. It's the way you learn. It's your own potential learning, the way you perceive things. Now, this is something that you said is a statement or your option or your thinking. So now come back here. the statement that you made goes back here. So how you have gathered information? Are you a sensing guy or an intuition guy? So when you made that comment, is it a sapphire type? I'll go back here. Where do you get the gather the information from, man? Did you sense it or did you intuition? I mean, it was an intuition. You see that? Are you a guy who learned it from somebody else or you learned it within self? That means I know your energy type also. You see that? And now since you have told sapphire, that means you have done a logical decision. This should be sapphire. It's your feeling or it's your thinking. You see? It is real time. I'm telling you, whatever you say, it is not right or wrong. Is something that I'm not deciding on that. I'm telling you the process of your decision to say sapphire. There is a process.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah. Actually, the way you proceed here, just we cannot. We become a little bit judgmental by saying, "Oh, this guy is pearl or is emerald."
Okay.
But by your way of thinking or the stuff you give us, now we have more. We can take time to really take time to understand them, and really take time to say, okay, this is a real pearl or it's a real this or that.
Right. So at any given point of time, these are the kind of two things can happen. By the way you gain energy, by the way you gather information, by the way you make decision, and by the way you live your life. You always have two ways. See that?
See. Nice.
So let me disclose the 16 types now. Okay, guys, are you okay with that disclosing thing? It's a very simple way.
Yeah, man. We focus.
Okay, so let me copy this much and let me put it here. Let me just make it a different color so that we have a different thing. So beyond the red line, okay, it's nice one. Beyond the red line. You see this? Preference types?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll make two more columns here. So type A and type B remains the same thing here, but I'll use a kind of an abbreviation now. Okay, so for E, for extrovert, shall we use E? For introvert, we will use I, the first letter. For sensing, let us use S. Sorry, S. For intuition, since I have already used I, so let me use N here. Is it fine? Intuition, N. So it starts with N. T is for thinking, and F is for feeling, J for judgment, and P for perceiving. All right?
Perfect.
Well, now let's do this little bit of a role play. So the role play is you guys will be telling me what I am right now. Okay. So Amit. So he's an extrovert or an introvert?
Extrovert.
Awesome. Righto. Okay. Now the second thing, how does he gather information? Sensing.
By sensing.
Sensing. Amazing. Wow, I love that. Okay. So I'll just put this word here. Easy. It will be easy for me. Okay. I do the sensing. Okay. You know the next question. So before I can ask you, you can tell me the answer. So how do I make decision? Do I think or do I feel? What do you think, sir? So let me say a little bit here. Decision. Thinking guys are logical. They were programmed. If it happens, then I will say this. And what if it doesn't happen? I am programmed and I balance my thought processes. So what do you think I am? How do I make a decision?
Definitely, I will say by thinking.
Okay. How about you, Prosper? Same thing?
I know that already.
Okay. So how do you think I live my life? Do I judge or do I perceive? So do you think I'm organized? Do you think I am list driven? I have a set of lists. I am systematic. I am that selective guy. What do you think?
That one is difficult. I would say 50-50.
Well, I don't have an option of 50-50.
um, so basically judging, yeah.
Judging? Okay, good.
If
Right.
you are three company, you have
So right now,
I like that.
this is okay. Now this is
Extension of story.
at this point of time.
what do you say? What do you say, Prosper?
I say I like the way you just create an extension of a story just to know that where it's coming from, yes, companies and all this. So just okay, judging might be the right
So
word.
Okay. Okay.
guys, I'll tell you the another thing which will probably open up a little bit more. So okay, the last part. Are you guys both are okay with this? I'm a judging type, or I'm a perceiving type.
Yeah.
So far, okay.
Yeah. I don't know for Prosper, but for me it's okay.
For me, it is.
You already know that,
Yes.
yeah.
So let
Yeah, I
us
already know
freeze
that.
this. Okay, let us freeze this in a single box, and let us now give the abbreviation. So I am ESTJ. All right.
Okay.
You're there with me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think this number? I mean, this is the way you can put anybody. You can do the character assassination. Do you think so? Is it okay for you?
Yeah, if that's there, why not?
I mean, is it easy for you now? You can actually see how you can put a formula, what this guy is, and the moment you have this formula, you know how to react, what you want to do, how you want to influence, how you want to
Okay.
change
Okay.
the
Extrovert, sensing, thinking, judging. Okay.
everything.
Okay.
So now you will have these combinations, and 4 into 4 combinations. You have got 16 combinations of it. Every individual will fall under the 16 configurations. That's the entire purpose of today's entire class, was 16 human behavior types.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Right?
Very good.
Now, let me ask you, Muji, what made you to say I was extrovert? What made you to say I was sensing? Basically, you are looking at my energy level. You are actually gathering the information and figuring out, I am this or I'm that. And then after you made your decision through thinking or feeling, you said, I am a sensing type or whatever. This entire 4 things came through this.
Oh, very easy. I think you're extrovert because you have this energy to interact, talk with people, to be
Right.
there.
Yeah. So what I'm trying
And
to say is, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting. What I'm trying to say is, you did all these things in yourself.
okay.
You now know the formula. You know now exactly. You know how to ask the questions to figure out what kind of things can come out of that. Right? You can put that scenario. You can put the vision. You can create that scene. You can ask to assume, by which you can figure out more of this. Right? So with this, I think, wow, this is more than 2 hours now. So guys, how do you feel so far?
Very good.
Very insightful. I mean, great stuff.
Good stuff. Yeah,
Really.
very good.
Okay. So do you
Something
think
to
this is
map
something
out.
that people would love to have?
It seems like we just started.
Oh man, there are still so much things, man. I mean, as I said, like, I don't know everything. I'm also learning like you guys. But the thing is, I'm sharing this information. I'm sharing openly. In my previous classes, I mean, the season, what happened, I think last Monday, there was one point where I said, share the best which you have, which you got.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. That's not easy at the beginning, actually.
You know, your internal ego will say, why the hell, man? This is mine. I learned it. I'll not give my book to others.
Yeah, that's the thing. I have this inner fight because I want to share some stuff, not about with the people from HTC because I really feel this family, but with the program I'm trying to release right now, to launch right now. I already have this, I don't know what I'm supposed to give for free or what I'm supposed to keep for my program.
Exactly. What should I supposed to give for free?
But
Yeah.
understand one thing. This is what I had the fight initially also. So I'm just telling you, right now I'm trying to be an influencer. I'm trying to be. I'll always try to be. After if I live for another 10 years, that time also I'll say the same thing. I'm trying to be an influencer. Because when you say I'm an expert, you're dead. You have blocked your cup, man, on your head. You cannot take an extra water.
Muji, I have an answer for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can always give your best stuff. You can always give the secret stuff, the mysterious, the things that nobody knows. But there's one thing that why people buy from you: the connections and the person you are behind that.
Absolutely. Yeah,
That's it.
it's absolutely, you absolutely right, and I really think about it. But it's more about I think I'm afraid to be copied by my competition.
Okay,
Okay.
that's
let them
fair.
talk. Okay.
To
Fine.
be honest, yeah.
It's okay. When I started all these
You have
things, I was
something
so
that
scared.
people can steal from you, right?
Yeah, yeah. Not and it's very, very interesting because I didn't invent something. I just also copy and learn from other people, actually. So
Man, the first word that has came out of your mouth was probably mama, papa, whatever. That has been a copy. The first thing that you did in your life was a copy. We are human beings. We learn by this way, man. It's not bad.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I would say
Yes.
something like that, just to say that the information is already there, right? And you copy it. So you didn't create, actually. You didn't invent. But what you do in a mix, you see the alchemist, right?
Mm.
Is just mixing different ingredients, then become gold, right?
Yeah.
So it only become gold because you put yourself there, because you put your influence, you know, your personality, you know, that's make the things interesting, you know. And I just give an example of this. Okay, I'm playing a game is an app called DC Legends, and in YouTube there's two guys. One is a more rational thinker, and not another one is more feeler. And and you see who's resonate with you. You know, the guy who's thinker, he has great knowledge, and he's an AG leader. But even he give great stuff, I don't feel it. But the other guy, Pierre Woods, you know, very relaxed, very cool, you know, just laughing sometimes, you know, giving some great tips, but he was connecting. I feel at least he's connecting with me. And I say, this guy, I want to listen from him. And I feel very bad that he doesn't post every week or every month.
Okay. Okay.
Has certain energy that I want to stay with him. Even I can tell you, even his stuff, his knowledge is not even better than the other guy. He's not. He has certain things like he's not in the edge. But I stay for one thing, because he's a cool guy.
Right.
So you know,
Okay.
less. I don't say he give less knowledge. He give as he can, but I can see in terms of knowledge level, he's not as best as the other guy. He's not better than the other guy. But
Okay.
the way he is, the connection, the influence, the charisma he carry himself. I
Yeah.
want to stay with this guy. He rocks. You know, that's what I like.
Okay.
So, Prosper, let me put it this way. So we will try to end this session. So let me thank everyone. But you know the rules are. So usually we try to do this the postmortem of this entire thing off the track. But today I might take 10 minutes of yours, both of you, everyone who is here. I want to do you the. I mean, I want to let you do the postmortem of how did I perform. As I said, this is a co-learning session. Everyone is invited to talk here. So for me, it is more of a practice session also. And I keep myself warm because I need to learn and sharpen my axe as well. So with this, okay, don't go away. So this is for the viewers. So the viewers who are listening to this, thank you so much for being here. I mean, I leave the action element to you. What you want to do is your choice. And if you have been so far, thank you really so much for being here. I'm sure this has got some part in your life. You might be whatever. You might be a student, and a homemaker, a retired guy, or corporate person. This is something which can relate to everyone. If you feel that is something, you can. If you can let me know what all things you liked. I mean, what kind of gem types you like. You can help me with understanding like the kind of preferences you have. Like, you can let me know. You can just type it in the behind. So the remaining part for the viewers, for the remaining part of the session, Prosper, Oliver, Muji, all these people are going to let me know how did I perform and what did they understood from this. Because as I said, this is a co-learning session, right? So here ends the topic right now. The recording will be still on. If you want to stay back, amazing. And this is the part of the co-learning session. So Prosper, over to you. So how did I perform? And
I will nail you. I mean that this time, you know, I just want to ask Muji for that. It's very interesting. In terms of who you are as a person, I mean, if for Amit is ESTJ, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which type of personality you are? Did you make yours already?
No, but I would let you and Amit find it. But I think it's gonna be more easy.
I feel like you're a feeler, right? I feel you're a feeler. However, I don't know. You're a feeler, more perceived type, more on the type of B side.
So what's his code?
Okay.
What's his code? Let's go. Let's do it. That's is it okay? Can we do that for him?
Yeah.
There's gonna be now everybody on YouTube gonna know my type. God damn.
It's okay.
You okay with that? Or
everybody now can close me. Shit. No. I don't care, man.
But I'll tell you one thing. Okay, guys, the secret behind all these things is this entire thing of finding out your type is momentarily. At this point of time, you are in this situation. This changes according to time, according to your present conditions, your exposures, a lot of things. So what?
Yeah, but I was just kidding, man. I don't care. I mean, we are just human being at the end of the day, Joe. So it doesn't matter.
All right. So Prosper, let us do the the type. We call it as the karyotyping. That's the right word. Karyotyping for him. So how did he gain the energy? Introvert or extrovert?
Extrovert.
He's extrovert. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. Cool.
Correct.
Okay. How did you gather information? Sensing or intuition?
N. Intuition.
Okay.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, cool. So how did Muji make his decisions? Thinking or
feeling?
Sorry?
It could be thinking sometimes, but feeling is more on the side of feeling if you have to choose one side.
Oh.
Feeling.
So Muji, what do you feel?
Yeah, it's more feeling, but I develop like thinking mindset right now since
of course.
I'm more part of the business side and the music side.
Okay, right now, I mean, as I said, there's no harm in selecting all these things. This is what you are. You know better than me. I mean, this is just.
Yeah, but I would say feeling. That was correct. Yeah.
Okay, let's copy this feeling thing. Okay, cool.
I have also this sense about business. I'm thinking when it comes to business.
Come to that, Prosper. We'll not leave you.
Live your life.
Okay, how did you live your life?
Perceiving.
How? Okay, what do you feel? Muji, he is right?
It's correct, yeah. Let me just remember perceiving option. Yeah, of course, adventurous option. Give me some open mind. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So you are what? You are EIF.
F.
Right.
Cool,
man. Prosper, you want to do your typing?
Yeah, sure. I'll let Muji think for me.
Right.
Okay.
So how did he? What's his energy?
Definitely, I would say introvert.
Introvert. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Cool. Right. So how does he gather information?
I want to question that to Muji. Why you say introvert? I just ask.
That is we take a second session, man. Let me just do the stereotyping first.
Sorry. We'll do that on Discord, Prosperous. I think Amit now started a little bit, but I can understand after 2 hours. Thank you, man. Don't worry. Uh,
So
let's. I would say. What say?
Zygarnik effect is killing me. I want to finish this.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Good, good. So what's the second thing? Is I would say intuition, intuition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Prosper, is he right?
Should we go through first? Or should I tell each every step?
Okay, okay. So how did
Let's
you
finish.
How does Prosper
And feeling and perceiving for me.
This is correct. Feeling and perceiving, I think, is the
Yeah. Let's see. This is the good combination.
So,
So Prosper, is that correct?
Those the last three is correct. Introvert is very interesting because yes, I think I still operate as introvert, but I already like what you said about thinking. You know, I develop a strong sense of extrovert when it comes to people. So, but again, I do feel that if I put if I have to put if I have to put myself in one side, it will be introvert. True, good one.
all right. So you have your types here. Okay, there's a lot of noise behind.
I'm sorry, guys, for the noise.
No problem.
No problem.
All right. So the question is, how did I perform? So that's what. Any kind of feedback for both of you? So Muji, let us put to you first.
Yeah, man. First of all, we say thank you. Feel blessed, really, because you bring so many value in my life and for Prosper's life also. And I think for all the people who are gonna see these things, take your time to listen again, because that's what I'm gonna do. That's the performance. The performance was very great, very interactive, and I think I never had this kind of experience, like co-learning. You know, we just interact, and the amazing thing about that, we just forgot we are the internet. It's just like we are in the same space, and that create more trust and more value. So thank you for that, and definitely we'll do some big thing together.
Oh, awesome. So Prosper, over to you, Majan. What is something that would have made me a little bit better than this?
Well, this session you did great. I mean, look at the Muji. His personality type, EIFP.
Yeah.
Almost the complete opposite of you. You know, and what did I say last time? You know, when it's about me, you know, me as INFP, I say, oh man, you're so difficult and this and that, right?
I'm like,
and
yeah.
For now, we're able to influence that, you know. So
right.
I can tell you that's a big one for me. That's a big one. You're able to influence a person who has different personality than you.
Okay, so I think this
I
answers think it is opposite, exactly opposite, right? So I think me and you are exactly opposite sides.
Yeah. So absolutely. Muji, Prosper, we bought your stuff.
Yeah.
Really, that's no brainer. Very good. What I would say is, at the beginning, you know, I feel like you're very technical. Okay. Sometime when you want to warm up your sessions, you need to be more like you're talking to a 10 years old kids. You know, means you use simple words first before you go to the depth of more technical words or more words that we don't know. You know, but at the beginning we should know. You create a report, right? So I feel like, oh, you go like type, talk, touch. No, you just kind of processing in a way that it's suitable for you. But I feel like, oh my God, the emerald is here. And instead of allowing us open up at the beginning, you know, but really at the beginning. But after that, we get open when you just go from the first one, the energy gain. but before that, I didn't feel myself that I'm open to you, and you were like this. Okay, I tried to get those, you know. So we don't feel it. So open up is very simple. It's just asking a few questions,
Okay.
how this and that, you know, but not taking too seriously to the process, because you want to deep dive to your thing. You want to deep dive to your systematic process, and I feel so disconnected on that.
Okay.
I see. Let me ask you, do you think, because I remember when I was talking about this communication type, we had a new joinee there, and I had to repeat the entire thing. So that was a little bit boring for me also. And
oh, really?
yeah. So because I was actually going through a different level of understanding, right? Because it was a plan, you know, my sensing type was already working. So there is a new guy, I have to upgrade him as well. Might be he's staying back long, but you know, this happens. You know, it's okay.
Yeah.
So that was something which was a little bit of a distraction to me. I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
Okay. But you know, I was actually enjoying when I was doing this, because you guys were actually resonating with me. I was that extrovert guy. I was feeling that energy when we were telling that answer. So every interruption to me was an enhancement of my joy. You see that? I was happy. You guys were interacting with me.
That's the point here. Just you're able to create that facilitations of opening up. Let us talk. And Muji, thank you very much. I know you have a great vibe. That's why I heard your comment, your when you were explaining your stuff about to Chris, if I remember the name.
Yeah, two days ago.
It was very profound. So I know that you have a very good vibe, and then you bring in these sessions a plus to you make the live training much more live. You know what I mean? So thank you, Muji, for that. Really appreciate.
Thank you, guys.
So that's bringing a new level of co-learning, because and that open up somehow. I feel like Amit, you get opened by this energy that me, Muji, which we participate the most during the sessions, that you feel happy, right?
Oh yeah, I feel happy. When you say you are happy, I feel happy. So now the thought process earlier was, let me give a good session. That was my thought process earlier when I started all these things. I know so much of content, I want to just vomit there. But now,
you know what?
I don't like that. Unless and until you are with me on the same page, the same mindset, the same thought process, the same kind of energy level, I don't get that happiness. So my happiness is on your happiness. I think that's the biggest learning from me. So thank you both of guys again with folded arms. Thank you so much for being here and being an amazing co-learner. And you guys have actually, I invented a lot of things while talking to you guys. And you know the funniest part, this can be an entire book. We can all write together. You can co-author, and I have no problem. I have no problem. You see that?
Man.
Let them copy. I have no problem. But understand,
the
guy who copies and the guy who copies and does, both are different.
Yeah, this is true, because I mean, Muji, you just put a lot of information there. That's your copywriting there.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm in your space, and you allow me to be in your space, and that's the reason I'm so blessed for. You know, just like I told you guys, you know that everything is energy, and the way we receive energy, sometimes we don't understand it. And even right now, we say about influence to inner self. That's mean by the way you're breathing, the way you're gonna. Let me give you an example, because, for example, right now I'm in front of my piano, right? I'm gonna play something pretty quickly. So, for example, if I play like this.
Wow.
Okay.
You see the way I take time.
Yeah.
Between the notes, that make emotion.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Awesome. This is powerful, man. I mean, we can get a session together, all this.
That's why it's a great close.
Anyway, the thing is, I don't know what I'm playing right now.
It's okay.
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know anything what I'm playing. I cannot play twice what I'm just playing for you right now, guys. Because I'm just in the moment.
Amazing. This is amazing.
That's the reason by receiving your energy, but I give you back the energy when you participate with people on this kind of interaction. You receive so much. You receive so much.
I have something for you, Muji. I would love to invite you to another session. So viewers, if you're still here, I'm telling you, this is going to be wow if he says yes. I'm going to do a session where we talk about music and emotions in life.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
you see how is the closer you close people on life straight away. I love it. That's what we do. That's what we do. When you close every time, every day. I will feel Amber, I would say yes, man. If I can, because I want to give back the energy you give me, because I'm gonna use those things to my closing, my life. So if I can help, even you prosperous, we need to train French, of course.
Oh yeah, we'll do that. But you say you want to train English?
Yeah, also.
Okay. We do both.
Yeah.
So guys, with this, let me say goodbye to our online friends. So why don't we quickly say a goodbye to everyone who is listening to us. It is not only me; it's the unanimous effort of everyone to have this amazing live session. And that piece of the cherry was the piano stuff. What Muji played, amazing. Thank you. I think that
amazing
was the high note closing, I guess. High note closing.
Wow, that's good. That's good. Provide copywriting here.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So guys, if you're listening to this, please do write how do you feel, and all of us would be loving to hear from you. The more we understand, because understand one thing, you have stayed here for more than 2 hours.
Yeah.
If you have got something,
that was great.
Congratulations for those who stay here for 2 hours.
Connect to me, connect to anyone here. We'd love to listen to you guys. And as I said, it's a kind of it's a co-learning process. We are open to learn anything. If you feel bad,
absolutely,
teach us. Please do teach us why it is bad. And if there is anywhere we can do something better, like how we did this entire, I'll say the assassination of this entire process. I love to know that. Right. So with that, thank you so much, and let's say goodbye. So goodbye from my side, and people who are here, Prosper and Oliver. So about saying a goodbye all together. 1, 2, 3. Goodbye.
Goodbye, guys. Bye. See you. Get energy, guys. See you soon. Thank you, Amit. Thank you, Prosper.
Okay, so Amit, that was for the YouTubers. Now we are all okay. Cool. So I stopped the recording.
Okay.